Hello, hello, hello! Flags outside your base at dawn! Dawn, or you are dead! Mess with that line a little bit. Oops. I don't have all the saddest animations in a playlist on Spotify. That would be silly. Beat all notifications? You really did. The notification still hasn't gone out. Oh, there it is. No! Emery, I'm so sorry. Okay, bye, Billy. Hope you have a good trip. Come in. Hello! Nopey Hopey, hello. Got a migraine. Six. Have a fever? Oh no, Emery, I'm so sorry. Take care of yourself. Guys, it was November 6th 2 days ago. Or 16th. 2 years! 2 years since the 16th, you know? I have the blade. It's Hope if you remember me. I haven't been here in a while. It's Hope! Oh, no, I do remember you. Hello, Hope, how are you doing? I was wondering why it wasn't giving, like, a first-time chatter, because I was just like, huh, I don't recognize the username Nopey Hopey. But I do recognize the name Hope. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome. To be fair, I joined the fandom number 22nd. Fair enough. I joined Doomsday. The day Doomsday happened is when I joined, but I caught up before then. Hello, Tom. Oh my god, guys, it's my favorite animatic next. Here we go. Dawn of the 16th. Or we get nothing. Oh my god. Dawn of the 16th will always have a very, very special place in my heart. Oh my god. Would you come back no more? Like, in terms of quality, Hog Hunt is definitely, like, the best. But Dawn of the 16th, man. No more, no more, no more, no more. I'm at a sleepover. Yo, nice, let's go! Actually, I only officially joined the fandom November 22nd. My first stream was when Wilbur had a crisis in Blumamberg. Oh, like, I caught up in the December of 2021. And then... Or no, 2020. And then yeah, like, basically, like, Doomsday was the first time that I watched a stream live. Versus stream. You say. But I caught up until then. Just came home from a 10-hour robotics competition, so I'm gonna take a nap, then do the work I missed today. Just wanted to stop by and say hi. Hello, Ollie! I hope the robotics competition went well. Have a good nap. Ready for revolution, boys! The thing that I built this nation for doesn't exist anymore. Over. What you say? Oh my god, such a good animatic. Oh my god, it's so good. Just say. Can I talk about it or should I wait until starting soon is over? What? The Dream SMP stuff? If you want to talk about it, you can. So if the whole server blew up like people are saying, and why only Tommy Tubbo and Dream got seen in the afterlight? What? I'm actually gonna talk about that because they kind of like talked about it already. You can see what I need itself. Yo, Ollie, good job. Oh, the line, guys. We're meant to be. Doo doo doo. Spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, play me right round, right round. I like one. Doing World Cup stuff in Garvin, we got a country. Remember what we got? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Randomly drawn? Uh-oh. We listen to the next two animatics. Yeah, yeah, no. I'll leave it, actually. We're gonna talk about this. Actually, yes, yes. Okay, cool. There's two more. Got Belgium. Ah. Ooh, like you're haunting me down. Da, da, da. It's like a ghost. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. But just like a ghost. It's like a ghost. Like a ghost. Ow. The coolest effing drawing ever. It's like a ghost. In my country made French fries, the kid who got Germany in literal tears. Germany's done like a lot of good things. And I love the animation even more when I can't see it. I'm not even like watching the animation. It's like on Spotify. It's just a Spotify thing. Welcome home, Theseus. It's not Twitch appropriate? You can watch these on Twitch. There are so many clips of people watching these animatics on Twitch. What do you mean? Wait, I literally cannot say why he was in tears. I know why he was in tears. I also went to school, Emery. Come on now. Like, but the thing is that if you only, like, every single country has done bad things. But, like, if you are, like, required to talk about the good things that your country did, like, whatever country got picked for you, like, you know, countries have done good things too. Like, it wouldn't be that hard to find stuff that was, like, good. Oh my god. This animatic is... How do you stop a sore throat? Well, you could drink some tea with some honey, cough drops. Sometimes people gargle salt water, depending on what the sore throat is caused by. Cough medicine. He's good. Emery, suffer then, I lol. Ah, the line. Who am I without you? Yourself. What a banger line that got improv'd. Oh my god. Ah. Puns. Oh boy. Yeah? Yo, it's Sapnap. And well, that was a lie. You know? Hello, have you missed me? Oh my god. I mean, it's kind of true. Alright. I think it's time to go to the Dream SMP playlist that I have and hit random. Nice! What a good song to start with. Hello, hello! Alright. So, if I thought there was an ambulance outside my house. There's not. So, Dream SMP final happened last week. And that's really cool. At least we know if you can get revived, you only have one life. No. It's canon that you have 3. But here's the thing. So it happened. I'm the only one that's talking. I know damn well there's other people here. I don't know. Emery, just calm down for a second. So yeah, so Dream SMP final happened last week. And it's only the final of certain people's lore. So the week before they had the egg lore end the week before. That's with like the birthday party and everything like that. And then we have the ending of Pun's, Dream, Tommy, and Tubbo's lore this week. And we've had the ending of Lost Novatus before that, and then also the ending of Wilbur's lore. But I would like to say right now, right at the beginning, it has already been stated that there are other people that are going to be finishing their lore in the coming weeks. So while technically the Dream SMP is over, because we know how it ends, it is not the last time someone is going to go onto the Dream SMP and do lore. It has already been stated that there's a bunch of people who have plans for people who are doing stuff on the Dream SMP that will end with the incident. The incident has also been confirmed to not be the nukes. It is the white screen. They are 2 separate things. So now that we got that out of the way, I would like to talk about the ending that Tommy, Tubbo, Dream, and Puns did. Because there's been a lot of, not controversy, but like a lot of dissatisfaction with it. I'm listening and playing another game, fair enough. So, the white screen is what's being referred to as the incident, not the nukes. That's already been said by both Tubbo and Tommy. Now, from a writing perspective, there is a such thing as called something death of the author. You've probably heard that phrase before. But what it means is that as soon as someone writes something or creates something, puts anything creative out there, it doesn't really matter what the author intended. It only matters how the audience perceives it. If the author has to come in afterwards and explain, it wasn't written well. Or it wasn't done well. If they feel the need to explain, obviously. If the audience is getting something that the person who made it didn't intend, then it wasn't done well. If it's essential to the story. So the fact that they have to explain the incident and the nukes are 2 different things is obviously not the best, but I think it was said because they know that other people are going to be doing lore, so they wanted to have that ambiguity. I also want to say that the people who are writing this, except for maybe Wilbur, have said and are not writers. They might have written stories before, especially like if they have English classes and everything like that in their school. But they have said themselves that they are not writers. I feel like that's like a really key distinction because there's a lot of difference between what you learn in school as what literary tropes are, and if you were to go to college or university and write stories. Not to say that you have to go to university or college to write stories, because you will get that just from writing stories. You'll get what I mean. It just won't be told to you, and you won't realize it until later. Wait, what were you saying? I saw a video of a turkey and stopped listening. I don't know, Emery. I have English class. Like anyone who is like a first language speaking English will have English class. That's kind of like the idea. Um, so I want to hit like a few points on like the Dream SMP thing because I know I just started with some negatives, but I do have a lot of positives with the Dream SMP ending because going along with the English kind of thing, um, is like kind of going with the English a lot of thing is that people will look, you look sad? No, I'm explaining something. I'm not sad at all. I'm not sad at all. I'm just explaining. So it's just how I explain things. It's gonna be very like monotone. Um, because it's kind of like hard to explain things in like, you know, I'm not sad. I'm explaining. Um, so like basically with like the English class thing, is that in English class you were taught with literary tropes and everything like that, there are some things that you should never do. Now this is where we're gonna hit spoiler territory. So some of the things that like that you're told in English class to never do is have your story end as it being, oh, it's just a dream. Everyone at the end gets amnesia, doesn't remember the story. Um, everything gets destroyed at the end. And there's a few other ones. Um, and I wanted to bring those ones up because usually, English teachers will tell you not to do these things because there's usually no precedence in the story itself, and it feels like a betrayal to the audience because it was something so out of left field, and it's usually something that's used for a like, haha, got you, plot twist, and it's considered lazy writing that way. They told us end it with a bang, so it's not too long. I wasn't told that. Trust me, if you were to write a story in English class that ended as this was just a dream or anything like that, you would get written on your paper, this is lazy story writing. And the reason, again, is because there's usually no precedence in a story that you write in English class, because it's not that long. Now, contrary, in the Dream SMP, the things that they did at the end of the Dream SMP final, there was a precedence to it. And I don't think it was lazy storytelling. So one of the things is, at the end, they have all amnesia. Because we see Tommy, Tubbo, and Dream not knowing each other. They don't have any history and everything of this. This is also assuming they are the same people. Because I don't think they are. I don't think it was an afterlife. I don't think it's the same characters at all. And I don't think that the people that we've been seeing are alive. I think they're dead. Like, I think they got blown up in that nuke. They're dead. But going on the assumption that it is amnesia, there's precedence for this. All throughout the Dream SMP, there have been people who have lost their memory. Or the incident, exactly, yes. There are people who have lost their memory. There have people who have lost their memory due to traumatic events. And there are people who have amnesia. Namely Rambo is the biggest, like, contender to this. Like, Rambo never got to tell us why he had memory loss or anything like that. But it's kind of feels like it's due to a traumatic event that happened in his past. Obviously, I'm all talking about characters, by the way, not the actual content creators throughout this entire thing. I'll tell you guys if I'm talking about the content creators. So, with that, and then like also, so we have Rambo, and then we also have Karo. Karo has been slowly losing his memories due to time travel. And then we have a few other characters who do have like a bit of a memory loss thing as well. I think Foolish has like a bit of memory loss. Charlie Slimeskull has memory loss. Like all this sort of stuff. So the idea that an incident or the nukes would make them have amnesia not only has a precedence, but makes complete sense in the context of the story. So that in and of itself, I do not think it's lazy storytelling, if that's what turns out to be canon, that they're the same characters. Hello, Oak! Yeah. And again, I don't think that they are the same characters. I think they're completely new characters. The characters we know are dead. But if they are, there's precedence for it. And I don't understand why people were so mad about that when there's a precedence, and I think the reason why they're mad is because people are told, especially because the Dream SMP, um, I could cheese and cooked it on Key's head. What the F? I think because the Dream SMP fandom skews a little bit young, so people who are still in high school, they're being taught in their English class, like, hey, you don't end a story like this. And so instead of thinking about it critically and thinking, hey, this does actually kind of make sense in this story, they're just talking about what their English teacher has taught them and said, like, oh, this is lazy storytelling. And I'm telling you, as a writer, if you already implement in your story that people have amnesia and people lose their memories, then it's completely fine to have all your characters have amnesia at the end. It's already there. Like, it's already exists. The second thing. Another thing that people were kind of upset about is the fact that the server got blown up. And I get that. Because there's a lot of memories on that server. And even though it didn't actually get blown up, the server file still exists. The content creators can still log on to it. Even when the server closes down, I'm sure there's going to be a world copy somewhere. All that sort of stuff. It's the idea that it got blown up. Especially when it comes to Technoblade stuff. And I get it. Because obviously, Technoblade, the content creator, passed away. And the idea of the stuff that he built on the server blowing up is deeply upsetting. Now, with this, like, it is very deeply upsetting. But I think we have to look at it from the perspective of that server does actually still exist. And it's something that, like, they can have the world file and everything like that. And I don't think it's fair to judge that the ending of that story is bad, because real life people have attachment to like things that they perceive as real on this, if that makes sense. And like, it's totally fair to be sad about it. It's supposed to be sad. It's supposed to be a sad ending. The idea of the nukes in general. If the nukes had just appeared for the final season, Tubbo didn't have them before or anything like that, then yeah, it would have been a kind of a bad ending, because there was no precedence for the nukes existing. Why would they blow up the server? All this sort of stuff. But the nukes have been there for months. And, like, people have been talking about Chezlov Gun for the entirety of the Dream SMP. And let me tell you that if someone introduces nukes into your story, there is no way they don't get used. That's kind of the whole point of Chezlov's Gun. And I would have been more upset if the nukes had never been used. People have been predicting that the entire server was going to get blown up by nukes for months. That's how the Dream SMP was going to end. And I agreed with them. Like, I thought that would be a pretty baller ending to have the nukes blow up. Especially since, this is like an opinion within an opinion, that Tubbo has been like, just deserves to blow up the server, honestly. Are the nukes like 90% bigger, or is it just for them the size of the player? So, how the nukes got presented in the final, obviously before we saw that Tubbo can carry them around. They're just like a thing that Tubbo can carry around. We've seen it before. He actually said in the lore that he took that nuke, he put that warhead on a rocket because he wanted to build a rocket to the moon. And it was going to be nuclearly powered. And that's why it's bigger in the final. And that's the only reason. And that's why it was big enough to destroy the entire server, rather than make a crater that's, like, pretty big, because they have shown how big the crater can be. But not whole server, obviously. The thing is that the other thing is that now this is obviously could be proven wrong, because we know that the incident and the nukes are two different things. I don't think the nukes are going to blow up anything but the main Dream SMP area. So that's being like the prison, the Prime Path, Tommy's house, and everything like that. So I think that Techno and Phil's house, Foolish's summer home, Kanoko Kingdom, all this sort of stuff, I don't think they've been blown up. They might be. But again, saying that the ending was bad because other people's builds got blown up in the process is, one, unconfirmed, and two, kind of sucky, because They have a Discord altogether. It's not like they didn't get permission. You know? Like, they probably asked. So I think it was fine. It was a good ending. I think that the foreshadowing was there for it, for the amnesia, and for the blowing up. And they acted their hearts out. Oh my god. Like, so much passion went into them ending their characters, and it was just amazing to watch. My funniest meme in the camera roll is a Discord screenshot of people in Tubbo's Discord going, I think Steve stole the nuke. I think Michael stole the nukes. Yep. Also just got here and just woke up, so was a dream must be just a dream of sorts? No. No. Not at all. It was, like, in the Lord of the Dream must be. Real place. Totally was there. What happened was, is that, Tubbo blew up a bunch of nukes, and it nuked the server, and then an incident happened. And at the end, you see Tommy punching a tree, as you do at the beginning of Minecraft, and he talks to Dream, doesn't know who he is, and talks to Tubbo, doesn't know who he is, and so that's where the amnesia ending comes from. Although I don't think they have amnesia, I think they're completely different characters. It was only a dream for George, this is true. I found the Among Nice. The other thing, I think this is, like, the biggest thing that people have a problem with. And that is, people have decided that Tommy forgave Dream. And again, I'm talking about the characters, not the content creators. Everson, hello! How are you doing? And what happened is, obviously, Dream in the Dream SP was not a good person to Tommy. Like, very, very bad. Like, abuser level, like, bad. Like, really, really bad, okay? And people watched the final, and Tommy kind of realized why Dream was doing the things that he was doing. Realized that all he wanted was things to go back to being, it's simple. Or for him to just be able to hang out with his friends again. And said, I'm sorry. Tommy said, I'm sorry. Because he knew the nukes were coming down and was going to kill us all. And people took that and were like, oh, so the ending of this is a victim forgiving his abuser. And I think that is, like, the most wildly, like, wrong interpretation I have seen of this finale. Because, one, he didn't say, I forgive you. He didn't say, like, what you did to me was justified. He was saying I'm sorry because he finally got it. Realized that Dream was, in all sense and purposes, a human. And they were about to get blown up by nukes. And that's just a very Tommy thing. Do I think, like, he didn't forgive him. And I think the idea that people... And I think the other idea is that the fact that they humanized Dream at the end was weird. And I would like to say that, like, if... In this context, why people were mad is because they humanized an abuser. And the thing is that I feel like if you make your abuser a monster, and that's how you perceive them, that gives them so much more power than realizing they're just a human. They're just a human, and you can just, you know, they're just a human like you, and there's just so much power in realizing that you guys are at equal level. They're not above you. They're not a monster. They're just a really bad human being, you know? So, them humanizing Dream and being like, yeah, he went about this the worst way possible, but he is just a human. And, like, Tommy realizing at the end, as, like, a victim, I feel like would be quite healing to realize that this person was doing it for a reason, and that they are human. And he was saying sorry because he knew they were all going to die. Not because he was like, oh, Dream is justified in this. And not only that, there is a precedence to this. And yes, Tommy did kill Dream twice and was planning on killing him a third time. But as soon as he was given an excuse to not, he didn't. And the excuse was that Dream said, like, oh, I could bring Wilbur back. Tommy never wanted Wilbur back. but it was an excuse not to have to kill someone. And it brought, like, yeah. Oh my god, ads. Okay, we'll wait until the ads are over. This song, banger. Trying to help my sister's friend, little sister. I'll wait till the ads are done and then, yeah. While we built the wall, it was free. Ads are done for me. Okay, I'll pretend it. Yeah. Okay, good, nice. Okay, welcome back. Everson, thank you so much for the Prime. Thanks, I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things. Friends, let's go. So, basically what I'm trying to say here is that from the perspective of a writer, the things that people are criticizing the Dream SMP for, the finale, have a precedence to them. There was stuff in the story that made it so that it could even be considered foreshadowed. There's a Chekhov's gun in the nukes. People lose memories all the time. And the really, like, big thing that people were, like, criticizing, like, content creator Tommy for was the fact that Tommy, the character, forgave his abuser, which is simply didn't happen. And I think the other thing that people are criticizing it for, you're an amazing storyteller. Thank you, Efferson. I really try my best. I think the thing that, the other biggest thing is that it didn't end happily. And I think people are really upset that the Dream SMP didn't end happily. And it really sucks, because you're watching this story with all these characters, and they've gone through so much pain and so much suffering and everything like that, and you just want them to be happy at the end. You just want them to be able to build their little house, live in it with their family, find love, like, have care, heal, like, you want that. Because a lot of people see themselves in these characters, and they want the hope of knowing that there's a happy ending. And that's totally understandable. It sucks when a story doesn't have a happy ending. It's extremely sad, because even though you will never see the happy ending, you can know that in your head, oh, there's a happy ending. Problem is the Dream 2 was just destined to have a bad ending. Yeah. And the thing is that, again, because the Dream SMP fandom skews a little bit young, I cannot think of a lot of, like, young adult novels or stories or TV shows that don't have a happy ending. They all do. Like, it gets to the low and then there'll be a happy ending. And I think as an adult watching this, I'm not going to say that, like, I'm bitter or anything like that, but I've seen a lot of stories that have not happy endings, and they're just as good. They're so good. They're still amazing stories. And I feel like when these people go out of high school and they look back at the Dream SMP, they're going to realize that, okay, it was okay for it to have a bad end, like, an unhappy ending. And because that's just sometimes, like, how stories end. It has nothing to do with the fact of, like, oh, this is sometimes, like, how life is. Blah, 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 blah. Because, like, yeah, sometimes it is, but, like, that's not really the story that I was trying to tell. It's just how they thought a good ending would be. Another thing is you also have to understand it from the content creator's perspective. All good things must come to an end eventually. Exactly. Yeah, and you have to think about it from the content creator's perspective as well. Because they're entertainers. The people who are streaming on the Dream SP are entertainers. That is their whole career, is to entertain. And because of the nature of that, if they had ended the Dream SMP by just logging on and being like, we're all happy now, here's your happily ever after, it would have been so boring. It would have been so boring. Yeah, see, there is, like, a lot of precedents for, like, all these, like, bad endings too. It's like, all things come to an end eventually. It was never meant to be. This is checkmate. And yeah. And you have to understand they're entertainers first and storytellers later. And also, none of this was planned. Because if it had been planned, I feel like they would have been able to foreshadow different things and everything like that. But because they're foremost entertainers, a lot of the things that are entertaining are blowing up towns, starting conflicts, um, just having enemies, having like rivals and politics and all that sort of stuff. That is entertaining, and that's why people came to watch. Um, as someone who has a server where a lot of the things that are happening on the server are quite peaceful, it can be entertaining, but no one's gonna make an automatic out of it. You know what I mean? So them ending the Dream SMP in the most like big bang thing that you could do by literally blowing it up with nukes makes perfect sense. Like the thing is that I feel like the only way they could have topped that is if they had like the sun exploded or something. You know? The idea of it sucks that there was no happy ending. Nerd truly, you're a nerd, Ninjor. The fact that there wasn't a happy ending sucks, but it's supposed to be sad. It's supposed to like pull at your heartstrings. It's supposed to make you think like, "Oh my god." Like it all ended in an explosion. Like all this stuff they built towards, it just ended. And it's supposed to be sad. And I would say to those people that they should read more stories with unhappy endings. Like I have read like a lot of them, and like you'll get to like it just like stories sometimes just have to end unhappily, basically. I think the last thing also is kind of like not really in the control of Tommy and Tubbo and Dream, but the idea that they took away an ending from anyone else. So the idea here is that there's a lot of people who just joined who didn't get a chance to do a lot of lore or haven't had time to finish their lore yet. The Dream SMP has been pretty much dead for months. No one's logged on, not even Foolish. And they've had plenty of time to do these things if they wanted to. And if they're in a Discord altogether, I'm sure they talk to these people. I'm sure that there was plenty of opportunities for them to say, hey, like, I have something that needs to get done. And also, they have already said to us, they being Tubbo and Tommy, that Hiromi Rat, thank you so much for the follow. Um, they've already said, like, Tommy and Tubbo have already said, hi, Uma. They've already said that these people have their lores already planned out. One of them being the Syndicate. Um, that they have a lore planned. And that they're going to be able to finish it. And it's just going to end with the incident, which is the white screen. I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say because I had seen so many people like hating on Tommy and Tubbo for this ending because it wasn't a happy ending. It wasn't what they were expecting. They think the final like disc finale was better. And I honestly think that it was a great ending. I think it's exactly how the Dream SMP was always going to end. Um And I think that when they go into season 2, we're going to get so many funny moments again. And season 2 is never going to be Dream SMP 1. It's never going to have the same amount of people watching. It's never going to have the same hype with the surprise of just like lore happening. It literally is the thing that like kind of coined the word like Minecraft lore streams. And it's just not going to happen again. There was a pandemic happening during the first time, and everyone was inside, and people just wanted to have fun online with their friends. And it's just not going to be like that with season 2. It would be completely appropriate for them to not even name it Dream SMP season 2. They could name it a totally different server name. And it's just going to be a bunch of people hanging out on the server and doing stuff, right? It's going to be old by season 2. Hi, Kamura Brad, how are you doing? I could invite Lily to the live, but she'd probably murder me. Oh, everyone's starting their lives again and nobody wants to watch Minecraft for hours on it anymore. No one has time to. And that makes perfect sense. And honestly, I am going to be so completely happy. Louis, thank you so much. Honk. Hi, join on my computer or I had a glitch, but it just stopped glitching. Nice! Hi, Maya. Let's check. Bonk. Bonk. I am. So yeah. So what I'm trying to say, but I didn't hear the bonk, my day is ruined. No! No! Here, I'll do another bonk. Bonk. So I think it stopped glitching, but hello. Hi. So I think in conclusion, I would like to say that the Dream SMP I think had a very Dream SMP finale. Was it perfect? Was it completely unflawed? No, but nothing in the Dream SMP really was. Um, there was bloopers, there was funny moments, there was times where like things that people say weren't like, perfectly thought out. And that's because the Dream SMP has is like it's because it's mostly improv, and that what gave it so much charm is that it was a bunch of funny people, a bunch of funny entertainment people doing improv on a Minecraft server. And that's what it was. And that's how it ended. And I think it really couldn't have ended any other way. And they put so much heart and soul into it, into acting, learning how to role play, writing stuff, having documents, planning stuff, creating stuff, and all sorts of stuff. And it literally jump started all of their careers in a way where we will now have these people who are so creative have a platform to show us this creativity. And I think it was amazing. I think it was awesome. And I am so excited for season 2 because I am so excited for the early Dream SMP that I missed, that I didn't get to watch because I didn't start it right at the beginning. I started watching the Dream SMP when Doomsday happened. That was my first live stream. And yes, I watched all the stuff before that and got caught up, but I watched, short videos of it, not the whole thing. I am so excited to have the 30 plus people that we have all followed just be able to go on a Minecraft server and build a house together, or walk around on a new Prime path, or be able to invite new people, give them more creative people a huge platform of fans. And then also, there won't be as much history anymore. People will be able to just build stuff. They'll be able to create stuff. They'll be able to destroy stuff. They'll be able to do funny things with people they couldn't do anymore because those people are enemies in the lore. And I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for all these people to be on a server again. And it's going to be hilarious because they're just funny people. And I'm just so excited. And to the people who were like, "Oh, I'm so glad that Dream SMP is over. I'm so glad I'm over that phase that was super cringe and everything like that." Trust me, trust me. As someone who is turning 26 in exactly a month, you will never stop being cringe. So you better just embrace it, honestly. It's so much more fun. Like, because, like, literally, I just talked for an hour about the finale of the Minecraft Dream SMP server. Bye, Maya. Figure refusing to drown that one time. Sam being confused when Tommy was revived. Jack taking the hotel. Literally, all the memories here is what makes me. Yeah, and it's amazing. 51 minutes, like about an hour. But it's funny. It's good. And, like, this is less about my opinions on the Dream SP final because I'm done that. I those are my opinions. And if I make this into a video, um, those are my opinions. Now I'm going to be talking about what the Dream SMP meant to me. So let's watch bloopers. We can watch bloopers, I think, maybe. Hi, Turgeon. So the Dream SMP, I didn't get into until the January of Doomsday. Forgot your name. I'm so sorry. Emery. Or yes, I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing great, Turgeon. I was just talking with the Dream. Yeah. So basically, the Dream SMP was something that like it wasn't like with most people with when like obviously like I've been graduated for a while. It wasn't like, oh, like I found the Dream SMP when I wasn't able to go to school and I like watched it like through two of my very formative years or anything like that. Um but it was during a obviously a time where it was very just confusing to be in the world because I just found out the sister of my grandma my after was named Emery. Yo, oh, nice. It's fun. Um, like a world, like a pandemic happened, like a global pandemic happened, and the entire world stopped. And I was still going to work, but it felt so weird because the work I was going to was so vastly different than the job I had just quit, and it just felt like slowing down. And the pandemic happened from the time that I was 20, like it started when I was 23. And 23 is already a pretty confusing time in your life because you've been what, like graduated for like 5-ish years. It's usually when people start like graduating college or whatever. And I had like just dropped out of university. Um and I was never planning on going back and I still am not. And every single person I know now, everyone that you see me being friends with, so like Spoons, Mischief, Turgeon, Dragon, Ninjor, I knew none of these people when I was 23. And I started watching the Dream SMP. And I talked to literally no one. It was like the only like thing I had was a Dream SMP. And then like later on when like I was watching streams live and everything like that, I started becoming friends with the rest of the people and everything like that. But like so like I'm not gonna pretend like say that like oh well, they felt like my friends because they didn't. They felt like watching YouTubers, and I've always been like if watching YouTubers they are entertainment. They're funny people that I watch on internet. But they were funny people I watched on the internet. They were hilarious. They were very entertaining, and then that up like that like wanting to watch them never like went away, right? Like, I've still watched them today. I've cosplayed a few of the characters. I have a lot of their merch items. The majority of the stuff in my closet is merch items at this point. And it's not because I'm just like, oh my, they're just so great. It's because they're funny and they have nice clothes. And the fact that it's ending is just really weird because obviously it's 2 years that was like a significant part of my life where like I'd be planning for the next lore stream or like the next Dream SMP cosplay or like the next manhunt. And now it's like all that stuff, like or the Jackbox streams or like when they used to play like any other game together, like Among Us or whatever, is now gone. And that's why I'm so excited for season 2, because now they're gonna be playing again together. And it's gonna be so good. Wait, you can drive me? Oh no, Keith. Yeah, Keith can drive. I wore a Rambo hoodie today. Nice. So yeah, so the Dream SP means a lot to me. Like, I'm not gonna joke. I watched all the finals that Tubbo and Tommy did all in one sitting. Afterwards, I went downstairs and I sat at the kitchen counter and my mom was making dinner. And I had just been like crying. Um and my mom was like, "What's wrong?" And I told her. And she knows how much that meant to me, like how much it means to me. And I was saying like, "Oh my god, this is like it's so stupid because it's just a Minecraft server. Like it's not even like movie. Like it's not even like some like I could never explain this to someone who like is outside of the realm of like watching Twitch streams and everything like that. Because it's just a Minecraft server. My mom was like, I get it though, because it's like been a huge part of your life. And I had been like, I literally was crying off and on all day. It felt like someone had died. And it still kind of does. It still feels like processing grief, which is really weird because again, it's a Minecraft server that I wasn't even on. Um, yeah. And so like, yeah, it meant a lot to me. And it meant a lot to a lot of people. And I'm sad that it's over. But I'm very glad that, to me at least, I was satisfied with the ending. And I'm so excited for other people's endings. And I'm so excited for season 2. I'm so excited to see the content creators play Minecraft together again. I like the ending. I'm glad. I did too. Wrong the um yeah. So that was that's my opinions of the Dream SMP from the perspective of a writer. Um if Yo, officer, I dropped a child in self-defense. Oh, it got restocked. Yo, nice, nice. Okay, yeah. So that's my thing. I think I'm gonna change the title in just a second. I'll probably make this a YouTube video. I'm gonna be perfectly honest because, um, I really appreciate that. That I color. Um, if you want more of my stories. Oh, I almost spelled that wrong and felt like a total fool. That's the podcast I write or co-write. Um, and I have like uh new episode comes out next Friday, so like in a week from now. I co-write it. I'm the voice actor of Tick. I produce it and I soundscape edit it. So I work a lot on that podcast. So if you want to watch, then wait, there's no Tick merch. I know, I saw a TikTok of it. I was like losing my mind. Um, um, yes, but also okay. Now a little bit of a lighter note because I really wanted to get that off my chest of like the Dream Recipe opinions, but we're gonna change the title now because guys, guess what? It is my 1 year anniversary of being affiliate. I don't know how to spell affiliate. Affiliate. Help me here. It was yesterday, but that's okay. We're celebrating it today. I don't think that's how you spell affiliate. Help me. Guys, I went to Twitch and there was a shirtless man playing the guitar. What the F? That. Did you see that? What the F? There's simply just a shirtless man playing a guitar. On like the front page of Twitch. What the F? What the F? Also, I'm changing the hashtags. Whoops. Don't wait, hold on. We did it. We did it, boys. You should buy Cake Bird more blue marks on Tumblr. You can't gif blue check marks. And no, I'd rather not. So, what do we do? I changed the title. The title is now 1 year affiliate stream. And I changed the hashtags to, yeah. There is one at the end. F me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna talk about a thing I've been working on. Because it's like getting closer and closer to like it actually being a thing, and I want to bring up some hype. So, guys, genetically neon. Actually, I'm gonna bring out my knitting. Oh my god, what happened? Wolfie, thank you so much for the cheer. The eyes caught me off guard. I went, "How was your day?" Did they actually? Oh, I'm so sorry. They're just my mascots. I'm so sorry. My day was great. I was actually just about to start talking about my. I woke up very late. Don't know why. I just did. I woke up late. Um, and so I didn't get breakfast until like 10. I went to a little cafe and I did some writing, which is very nice. I got a London Fog, and now I did some editing, and now I'm here. Um, oh, you know what? You know what? I've done my thing now. I can also gonna go into it. Um, but I would like to talk about uh I'd like to talk about a story I've been writing on. So obviously, like most people know that I co-write a podcast. But there's also another project that I've been working on. And the project is called Genetically Neon. And I feel like people know about that. Um but don't know what it's about. So it is I don't really have a really good like 30-second like description or anything like that, you know, like an elevator pitch. I don't have one. Um my best elevator pitch I've been able to come up with is a cyberpunk world where genetic mutation is not only legal but encouraged and common, and the consequences that come along with that. And that's kind of the best one I've been able to come up with, considering that it's mostly about like there's no main character. There's just a bunch of characters that live in a city. And so it's kind of hard to like describe everything that's been like that can go on when you have a bunch of different characters. What I wanted to say was that in the very near future, hopefully, um I'll be able to read kind of like the first prologue story to it. So I've created there's 5 characters that I have like really well defined in my mind. And um so like I have a story that's written by each of their perspectives. Um and they're kind of like these really short trailers of these characters. So they're not supposed to make like they're not supposed to tell you everything about this character or anything like that. It would be kind of like if you had a story about like a character study. How do I explain this? Sometimes in English class, they'll give you an assignment where you're supposed to put a character that you've created into a scene, and you just write the scene, and you're trying to show the character's personality through this scene without like describing the character's personality. It's like a writing exercise. It's that, but for the 5 characters. So I put these characters into a scene, and I'm trying to show you their personality through this like scene that's actually in the story. And so they're kind of like these 5 trailers. And my plan for them is I'm going to be reading these stories out loud on a YouTube video. And it'll have like the text on the video, and then it will have pictures and sometimes animation, sometimes sound effects, sometimes, you know, like that type of thing. Ad? Okay, okay. I'll wait till ad is over. Wait a minute. I think it's a minute. Probably. I remember how long I made ads. Yes. 100%. I'm knitting a scarf for Mischief. We're still here. Um, Mischief would like it to be able to wrap around their neck twice. I think right now it could probably wrap around their head, or neck, not head, once. They also said that they're going to give me measurement that they would like. Um, but they haven't yet. So I'm just gonna keep knitting and hope for the best. I have a lot of yarn. Like a lot of yarn. So I'm not afraid of running out. But long dip. Listening to the Dream SMP playlist, and I should probably change it to the Genetically Neon playlist, but I'm not going to. I haven't listened to this playlist in a while. And we're gonna get jump scared by Hamilton at some point. But hopefully not right now. We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna assume the ad is over. So, basically, it's Hamilton without the hits. I so basically what I'm waiting for, because I would love to read one of these stories out loud for you guys. Just like the story. But I was kind of waiting for when I'm going to be drawing some of the pictures that are going to be in this little webtoon thing that I'm making. The problem is that I don't know where the charger for my pen is, to be able to draw digitally. I don't know where it went. It's disappeared. It's gone. So I had to buy a new one, which is fine. It wasn't that expensive. Except that it was supposed to come between November 16th and December 16th. Anytime in between that. So I don't know when it's coming at all. Which kind of sucks. Because it either means that, like, I could get it next week, or I can get it near Christmas time. Who knows? You know? It just kind of be like that sometimes. Yeah. So, because of that, maybe a little bit later I'll read one of them anyways on this stream for the celebration of it being my 1 year. But we'll see. I'm going to write in the Discord that I'm done the Dream SMP stuff, so that if people want to join for just chilling, then they can. Okay. Hmm. Would you guys be interested in a story, in a little quick story? You'd see which one. Which one? Which one? Face got so much brighter, I can tell. You're back? Okay. See, the one I'm looking at right now, called Bulletproof Heart. And this is the one I want to read before I do the drawing, because it's the drawing that I have. This one won't make any sense. This one's okay. This one's kind of cute, actually. Maybe I'll read this one. Maybe that one. Maybe we'll read that one later. I can join call after I get food. Okay. Here, I'm gonna change to the knitting screen so you guys can see what I'm knitting. There we go. You guys can see my knitting now. There's no more like ghost files anymore either, so we don't have ghost files Friday. What are we supposed to do on Fridays? You know? There's a game actually. Okay, there's actually if I like Kabert said that they want to do this, but I haven't asked him again since. So, we're not going to do it today, but there is a game where you it's a co-op game, but you play through time. So someone's in the future, someone's in the past, and you have to solve puzzles through time, which sounds so effing dope. Like that sounds so cool. Um, but I think we would have to both be streaming at the same time because I'm assuming it would give you two very different perspectives. Um, I forget what it's called. Shit. I bought it the other day because it was on sale. I don't remember what it's called, but it sounds really, really cool, right? Like, oh my, I think it'd be a really cool game to play. The other game I have that I would like to play is called Eastward. Uh, because that would be a really play. But I won't play Eastward until I'm finished the cat game. Like I am so very behind. Sag? Why are you Sag, Squid? What's going on? Squid, don't be Sag. Nobody likes me? What do you mean? I'm sure that can't be true. Wicked, you're right, it isn't. This is true. I'm simply always right. Why would I ever lie about anything? But how are you doing today? I'm just talking about games that I want to play. Like I need to finish Stray because I know that everyone has already finished Stray and knows what the ending is, and I simply don't because I've been avoiding spoilers because I've been playing it on stream and I didn't want to know. And so there's so many streams that I'm behind. Like I didn't watch Sneak Snack play, I didn't watch Filza play, I didn't watch Rambu play, you know, and I want to watch them play this game, but I haven't finished my playthrough yet. Honestly, had a pretty good day. Well, how about yours? Mine's been pretty awesome. Besides the fact that I slept in a little bit too much, I don't like sleeping in. It makes me feel like the day goes too fast. Um, but other than that, pretty good. I went for a walk, got some breakfast. I did a lot of writing in a cafe today, like way more than I usually do. Like usually I'm there until I'm finished my food and my drink, right? Because then I feel kind of awkward sitting at a table if I don't have food in front of me. Um, but today I was just like, you know what, F it, I'm gonna finish this story, and so I did. Um, yeah. And after stream today, I think I'm going to. Well, I have to make dinner. I'm making minestrone for dinner. I'm going to, and I have a list of things. I'm like looking at the list right now. There's not too much. One of them is I'm writing a horror story for a horror, like a contest, and so I want it to be really, really good. And like, you know, sometimes you just have doubts. Sometimes you have doubts about, you know, the things. And oh boy, am I having doubts. Except for 10 hours, I feel you're there. Oh my god. I don't even think I slept for that long. If that makes sense. Like, I don't think I didn't go to bed early. Or late. Like, I think I went to bed at the normal time. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I did sleep for. I think I woke up at like 6, which is the time I usually wake up, and was like, oh, I don't have work today. I can sleep for like another hour. Planning on waking up at 7. Did not wake up at 7. Really did not wake up at 7. You know, okay, actually, I have a weird thing. Okay. I don't know if people remember this, but I think like either yesterday or the stream before, I was talking about how I had like a weird dream that had Rambo in it, where like I was like hanging out with a bunch of content creators, um, that I like watch, and like for some weird reason, like Rambo and a bunch of other content creators were like, I think you should check Tumblr. Oh boy, I'll check Tumblr in a second. And like a bunch of content creators were like staying at my house. Like this is a dream logic, you know? And in the dream logic was like Rambo like I was like wondering like how he was gonna eat because he couldn't take off his mask. You know what I mean? Where it is in. Can you guys see that? Cakebird pinned a message and it just says you should buy Cakebird more blue check marks on Tumblr. I simply can't buy you check marks. Um so yeah, like I was like wondering like how he was gonna eat because he wouldn't be able to take off his mask, you know? I had a dream last night. We were at a convention. Same group of people, you know? And in my dream logic, that was the reason why they were staying at my house, was because the convention was near my house, even though it's definitely not a convention center that is near my house. And I don't know. Rambu, for some weird reason, decided that the best way for him to get around this convention without being recognized was to take off his mask so no one would recognize him, which worked. I don't know. My brain. I don't understand. Why would my brain be like, oh yeah, he can't take off his mask in your house to eat because you're a fan and that's a privacy issue. But he can take off his mask to go to a convention so that he doesn't get recognized so he can walk around the convention like a normal. What the F brain? To be honest, it'd probably work. I don't know if it would. If he, you know what, it might if he wasn't around other content creators. Like if he was like with strangers, I feel like it would work because people would be like, "Oh, it can't be him because he's not wearing his mask." But like if he was like with other content creators, it definitely would not work. But it was like my brain, man. My brain. Why this? This logic makes no effing sense. Anyways, we're going on Tumblr. You know, sometimes, man. Wait a minute, let them find what? How do you know what I'm talking about? Because Hoopster's also on Tumblr. I just got like T&D Duo like ship stuff like on my the page here. What is happening? Now. Hoopster, why have you gone through all of my stuff and just liked everything? Cause it's funny? Bro, I don't even know what half this stuff is. See, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for because, like, I don't look at the people I follow on Tumblr. So I'm never going to find this stuff. What the F is this? What the F? What the F? Anyways, who am I looking at? Who posted something? Was it Cakebird? It was probably Cakebird. We're going to Cakebird's page. Did you guys read the one that's just like, don't you love it when Ultra gets an ominous "in 2 days" tab on their computer and then an article about an asteroid that's like, might hit Earth pops up right beside it? Guys, that's real. That actually happened. It was really not okay. So, like, okay, at the bottom of my computer, like on the little, like, taskbar, it usually tells me the weather. And then yesterday, it just said "in 2 days." Which is like, okay. And then I, like, you know, hover over it, and it's usually a bunch of news articles. And the first news article is just this asteroid might hit Earth. They are not related. These two things were not related, but it was definitely very scary. Okay, get perceived. No cursing, only Ultir. Okay, I don't know. Going to be when Ultir goes live. Me and Chad, I posted something. Did you say that though? You said, "Hey, I think you should check Tumblr." At a redeem of check Tumblr? No. 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 I think not. Honestly, the idea that you guys like know my Tumblr is actually terrifying because I don't know what's on here. Like what's on here? Like all this stuff I didn't like I think the last time I reblogged something was 2015, 2016, like a while ago, like a bit ago. Cassandra is going to help me find out how armies and then leave. The Infinity War one is very funny. Okay, the Bacana one is probably really funny. Hold on, I gotta find out, and you guys are not gonna be able to hear it. Okay, the Bacana one was quite funny. I don't know, man. There's just I don't know. I can tell you guys that the drawing that's my profile picture and the picture in the background, I drew those both in college in 2014. It's been a bit, you know? Like just a little. Anyway, knitting time. I don't know, man. I don't know if being active on Tumblr is something that I can do. Oh boy. You know? It's like it's kind of like it's so hard for me to be active on like any social media, like really really active. So I'm just like eh. Like I have to plan out stuff. Like when I post like TikToks and stuff, they're like planned. And sometimes I forget. I don't know, man. I just thought of like okay, just the happy ending thing. There is a song by the Mechanisms that's called No Happy Endings. I feel like if someone were to make a kind of jokey animatic or like an edit of like taking all the stuff from like not on animatic, so not drawing, but like editing all of the clips from like the Dream SMP final to that song, it would be really funny. I'm gonna say I feel bad again. Oh, I'm so sorry, Emery. Have a good night. Yes, I understand. Have a good night. Hope you feel better. That sucks. I feel like we should listen to that song. I feel like you guys will understand it. I'll go get food now? Okay. Have good food. Okay, like a little bit earlier, I heard my mother calling and asking when I'm finishing today. I'm doing a long stream, but then I remembered I have to make, so it might actually be better for me after this. I don't know. You know what though? You know what though? We're gonna listen to that song though. It's called No Happy Endings. It's by the Mechanisms. And I'm gonna tell you guys that you probably are not gonna be able to understand the majority of the words said in this song. But that's okay. It's a very nice song. I'm not even gonna attempt to sing along because it's gonna sound stupid when the VOD is out and there's no music. And I'm just messing up half of the words. Do 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 do. You imagine, like, you take a bunch of, like, the clips from the Dream SP panel, and then you put it to this song. I think it would look dope. This bastard's reign. Lines drawn. We hope for long. Prepare your sword, there's no happy ending in sight for us. I'm just simply... Whoa, my, like, camera, like, went blurry. That was weird. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it would actually be really good. Far to the wall, and around you shall not fall. Down to war, with tooth and claw. Prepare your swords, there's no happy ending in sight for us. Okay, this would actually be really cool, actually. Now that I'm actually thinking about it. This song is also DMCA free, everyone. Just so everyone knows. You could do this, and you wouldn't get copyright claimed. Just saying. Do 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 ba do do. Hey, this would actually be really. Oh, act and for repeat. No surrender, no retreat. The hand is near. Face your fear. Prepare your swords. There's no happy ending. No happy ending. No happy ending in sight for us. Okay, actually though, that'd be super dope. Mm. I would like that a lot. Okay, we're going back to the Dream SMP list. This is such a sad song. I like the rhythm. It's very good. It's the Mechanisms are a band that they don't exist anymore. But they are a band that used to take like folk songs, usually British folk songs, and they would just change the lyrics but have the same beat. And they would tell stories basically. They were a band that would go to like Ren festivals and stuff, and they would tell stories like bards and stuff like that, and they would have like this whole concert and everything like that. They're really really good. All of their stuff is on Spotify, and they're like their albums are stories, so you have to listen from the beginning and then go to the end. Um, the person and they have like lore and everything like that. They're immortal space pirates, and they have steampunk themed stuff, and they have stories and everything like that. They all have different names and character arcs and everything. Like it's really really cool. They disbanded in 2020 though. Uh, yeah, like they were all just getting too old, I think. And so they disbanded. But the singer, one of the main singers, uh, Johnny, is the author of the Magnus Archives, the podcast. So if you want to listen to more of his stuff, you can Magnus Archives is. A friend of mine loves this kind of story music. Yeah, oh, it's really good. Yeah, I would definitely recommend the Mechanisms. Their first album is called Once Upon a Time in Space, and it's like a bunch of like Grimm's tale like fairy tale characters like Snow White and all that sort of stuff. But they are all like warring kingdoms in space. And so like Snow White is like the commander of like warships and stuff like that. Like it's really cool. He loves listening to these songs drinking mead. Yo. He might really like shoot, what's that album called? What is the album called? The album called oh, High Noon Over Camelot. It is like King Arthur's story, but told as a western. It's quite good. Very good. And like I'm trying to think of the other ones. They have the space one, High Noon Over Camelot. They have North mythology but like 1920s. The Mechanisms. I can type it in. There you go. Yeah, so they have um yeah, Ulysses dies at dawn, so that's like Greek mythology but cyberpunk. Um yeah, it's a cyberpunk world. And then they have um the Bifrost incident, so that's North mythology but like 1920s like trains and everything like that. And then they have two things called Tales to Be Told, Volume 1 and 2, and so those are kind of like short stories. And then the Death of the Mechanisms is the live thing that they did in 2020 when they did their last concert. Hi Raindrop, how are you doing? We're doing a little bit of knitting. Listening to my Dream SMP playlist. Up in our bedroom after the war. Thoughts up in our bedroom after the war. After the war. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Isn't that crazy that I've been affiliate for a year? Like, I know it's much different than like streaming for a year. Um, but like being affiliate for a year is kind of weird. Like that's super weird. Um, it's so weird. It's so weird. Raindrop, you know what? Actually, it almost means that you have been almost following for a year because I remember the day that you started following. Almost a year, which is a little crazy. It also means that I'm like actually seeing people like have like year badges, like year sub badges like in my chat, which is like a few of the founders have year badges. And then I think there's one person who's not a founder that has a year badge, which is kind of crazy. Feels OG, man. Yo, yeah, you are really OG, actually, Raindrop. Because like I started streaming and then 6 months later I became affiliate. Um which actually I'm kind of like glad I made that decision now. I really do. Even though like I was able to have affiliate like a month into streaming. I'm really glad that I waited. Um because now I can have like a celebration every 6 months. Because in 6 months from now will be my 2 year anniversary on Twitch. So that's like in April. Which is kind of crazy. 2 years, man. It's oh my god. 5 head strat. It wasn't on purpose. It just like kind of happened that way. Because okay, so the original plan was like I was told that or I was given the advice that like it's much better to just aim for partner right away. And kind of the idea behind that advice is you can stream on a bunch of different platforms. For instance, you'd be able to like multi-stream on like YouTube and everything, and you see what type of platform you would do well on. But I was only streaming on Twitch, and I still am, and so there's not really a point. And now you can't multi-stream, but you can stream on multiple platforms. So if I wanted to do a 2 hour stream here and then stream on YouTube after, I'm allowed to do that. According to the contract now. I probably won't stream on YouTube because I don't honestly, there's no point. Uh, but streaming on TikTok again might be fun. I don't know what I would do, but I could. Especially since I got a new phone. Oh my god, I got a new phone. Like, I'm still using my old phone right now, but it's like broken, and I'm kind of nervous to change the SIM card because I have like TikTok drafts, and I'm just so nervous that I'm going to change the SIM card and I'm not going to be able to turn my phone on again. I know. Just look at this phone. This is the new phone. My god, it's like so reflecty. This is a new phone. This is the phone case. Look at the phone case. Look at that. Look how cool that is. It's glossy. But like look at that. Like it's has oh my god, it's so cool. I love it. But look at these cameras, dude. Look how like intense that is. There's 3 of them. I don't even know why. Very cool case. Thank you. I got it yesterday. Yeah, like I can't even like I feel like that phone is going to make my TikToks like so good. I don't know, maybe I'll stream on TikTok again cuz the reason why I kind of stopped is cuz obviously I was streaming on Twitch. But also because my mic stopped working on my phone, like it's really wonky. Like it's either like really like I'm either really loud or really quiet and there's no in between. And so like to the point where like on TikTok people couldn't hear me. But now I have a new phone. So to your new camera, now we can zoom and enhance. Yo, I actually don't know why it has 3 cameras like that. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, but I'm pretty excited about it. Um, yeah, maybe I can do a little bit of streaming on TikTok. I don't know what I would do though. Probably like honestly, I'd probably do art streams again because that's what I used to do. I find doing art streams with a camera really awkward because like I'm not like I'm looking at my screen and my screen is really bright and so the lighting's really terrible. I'm not really like I don't know, like I have like a very like neutral face and you know what I mean? Like it's just like I don't know. There's not really a point. Like there's it's not like I'm have a bunch of facial expressions and everything like that. Um I really want to get like a little VTuber uh for when I'm drawing and stuff like that. Um but I keep forgetting to ask the person for the VTuber. So I don't know. Feel like the first time I do an art stream, it might just be there might just be nothing there. Like I'll make this little guy like bigger or something. put it in the corner and make it really big. I don't know. I could also make myself like a little PNG tuber thing, but I would want it to have more than just like a talking animation. Like I would like to have the ones where like if you like start like yelling or something like that, it does a change of expression or whatever. Overhead cam so we can see the art and your nose. We can see facial expressions, I guess. Well, it would be. Oh, you mean for TikTok? TikTok, I usually just showed the screen. Like I had it like I would have it like if this was a screen, I would have it like right here, and it would show the screen. I used to do that. I did that for like half a year or something like that. Like, like something like that. Kind of crazy actually. Like I did it from January to March, so January, February, March. So I guess 3 months. Oh, digital art, yeah. I mean, I could do traditional art on TikTok as well. That would also be possible, but it would also not have a face cam. Oh my god, it's Cakebird. But I believe the world is. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. This is actually a great song for End of Dream SMP. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Guys, oh my god. Do you guys want to hear like the most devastating song? I love this song. It's so bittersweet. It is. What are we knitting, by the way? I'm out of loop. Oh, I'm knitting a scarf for Mischief. So Mischief wants this for cosplay of this Pokemon character. So he's like a gym leader and he has like a scarf like this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a commission. Was Keith always green? No. Keith used to be blue. And now they are green. See how we're gonna far with. Guys, oh, I just was thinking about knitting and like, oh my god, guys, you want to see something? Oh my god. The worst betrayal that's ever happened. Oh god. Oh my. Where do I even, how do, my god, I'm gonna look through. And oh well, I gonna pre. Guys, what is the Lovejoy merch store called? Found it. Never mind, I found it. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Do you want to see the actual biggest betrayal? Oh my god. Okay. 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 Hold on, we have to go to the store. So, as you guys probably know, I've been making this sweater for Lovejoy. Here, I'm going to show you of the full camera. Lovejoy merch, right? Look at that. It says Lovejoy on it. It has their Pebble Brain album cover on it. Look at that. Look at this thing I've been making. I have this is the front. This is the back. Look, it has the fall, it has the bird. It does have cables. It has the bird, it has Wilbur, it has the gang. I have one of the sleeves. Here's a sleeve. Sleeves. I don't have the other sleeve because I ran out of yarn. Now. Now. Lovejoy has merch. That's so cool for them. I love that for them. What's this? It's like, you're in Canada. And I'm like, yeah, I know. What's this? Like, it's not the exact same as my sweater by any means. But it's a sweater. You know what I mean? Like, they could have chosen anything for that thing. But they also were like, this album, sweater weather. That's what the vibe is. What the F? Like, that's a knitted sweater. It could have been a t-shirt. It could have been, like a nice long sleeve shirt. No, it's a knitted sweater. What the F? They're stealing your brand? Okay, and you know what? It actually gets worse. I have no proof of this, okay? I have no proof, okay? We're gonna look at this merch. I have no proof of this, but you guys are just gonna have to believe me. Okay, so this merch, you guys see this? Okay. The only proof I have is I talked to my sister about this. I was gonna make a t-shirt for this album, for this like cover that they did with the dog. And I was like, you know what? I think to change it up a little bit, instead of making a full sweater, I'll make like a t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt, and it'll have a breast pocket. And because there's no way I'm gonna be able to knit this dog, I'll get my sister to make it into a patch, and I'll put the patch of the dog into the pocket, and it'll be look really, really cute. What the F? What are the chances? I have no proof that that was actually an idea I had, but like, you guys gotta believe me. What the F? Anyways, their merch is lovely, and I bought some. Specifically, I got this. The white one. It just says, why, it's like, why is life so effing inconsistent on it? I got this because it's nice. I got that, and then also I got this. I did get this. But, like, it's just like, bro, what? What are the chances? What are the chances? At least now you know they watch your stream. They simply don't. Could you imagine, Afro Sand? Could you imagine? He moved? Moved. Oh, yeah, he did move. Do you see him now, Kickbird? I moved him, like, maybe like a week ago? Oh, hello, viewer, I don't know. Yeah. New. Afro San, if Wilbur Soot watched my stream, I would cry. Real tears. I simply do not want to be perceived by any of the content creators that I watch, except for Sneak Snag. Sneak Snag gets a pass because he seems chill. You know? Everyone else, I rather not actually be perceived by them. Like, if specifically Wilbur Soot, actually. Um, I would probably die. Wilbur Soot and I are the same age, okay? We're 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 both born in 1996. And just like the idea of this man. Okay, so this man perceives me for some reason. And he's gonna look at my social medias and look at the amount of times I've cosplayed the character Wilbur and the TikToks and the album covers that I've knitted. Let me do a call just a minute. I know you're joking, but like the mere idea actually like terrifies me to no end. Rachel, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Afrosan, I don't think you understand. Like, I have knitted the Are You Alright sweater already, and also a sweater for, Your City Gave Me Asthma. And I am now knitting this one, and the only reason why it's not finished right now is because I ran out of yarn. Just know that you will be perceived one day. Will I, though? Because there's a... I gotta go to bed now. Have a great rest of the stream. Have a good night, Raindrop. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to see you more often, Raindrop. We love having you in chat. Yes, yes. Now, okay, so here's the thing, though. I feel like, okay, the idea of being perceived, okay, so obviously, like, people who have more numbers on Twitch, it doesn't matter, like, everyone's equal, whatever. But, like, the scenario of meeting the content creators in the scenario where I am a fan and they have no idea who I am is terrifying to me. Like, I don't like that dynamic at all. So I would, like, if I were to ever meet Wilbur, we would have to be, like, at the same level. Like, either I am, like, a partnered streamer, or he has heard of me from somewhere else and came here independently. You know what I mean? Like, because then we're on, like, same level. And then it's not perception. Then it's just us meeting. I don't like it. Okay, but I'm gonna get 1,000,000 subs, and we will go to the purple room, and he... Wait, no, you will punch him. Yes. No, I understood what you meant. I mean, yeah, but, like, this is also... But they will fight. Yeah, but this is also... Okay, if I'm in the purple room, the terms of my, that I need to be met will be met. Because I will also be a partner. You know what I mean? Yes, exactly. Okay, yeah, exactly. You know what'd be funny? Is if I was wearing one of the sweaters. I think that would be extremely funny. I think that'd be funny. I think that would be a little funny. I'm very proud of the the Pebble Brain one, actually. So I think I'm probably gonna be wearing that one a lot. What? No, Ocean's 11. No! I would like to... You know what, actually? What a story, though. Like, you break into TwitchCon just to go to the purple room, punch a content creator, and then leave. Like, that's a story. But here's the thing, though. Like, I also don't want to get an assault charge. So, like, you have to do it in a way where he's in on the bit. Because otherwise, I go to jail. Was it worth it? We'll use FFX makeup and run. I don't know why you have, like, this perception that I'm gonna punch him so hard he's gonna, like, break his nose or something like that. Like, we could do it the exact same way that happened with KSI, where, like, he just, like, flings his head in the wrong direction of the punch and then, like, has a napkin onto his nose that has nothing on it. Have a getaway driver? That'd be pretty funny, actually. Oh. Back to... Pretend you were Twitch staff. Now, to be fair, though, I feel like that would work. But you didn't hear anything. I think that would work. Probably. Card. That would be so funny. Wear a vest which says security, then it's fine punching people. Not that they find out that you're not actually security, but also there's the thing where it's like it's not okay to punch people even if you're security. But I feel like people wouldn't immediately like attack you, you know? But like it would be a little bit fun. Just build a not so deep foam pit and have all of your fists. Uh-huh. Yeah, because foam pits at TwitchCon go really well. Nothing bad has happened in a foam pit at TwitchCon. Like, you know? Ah, TwitchCon. Oh boy. Did someone poop in a foam pit? Oh, Psychic, would you like to know what happened at the foam pit at TwitchCon? Because, oh boy, do I wish it was just someone pooping in the foam pit. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, so at the last TwitchCon, someone jumped into the foam pit. It it wasn't deep enough and they broke their back. Like, broke their back. Like, had to immediately go to surgery, broke their back. And she's still in recovery. She has rods in her back. Um, Found out she was pregnant. Lost the baby because she had to go into surgery. So she's gonna be getting like a really nice paycheck from Twitch, I think. Because yikes. You know? Twitch OnlyFans is yeah, once. You mean like once like a one-time paycheck? Like I mean she's going to sue them, is what I'm saying. Okay, we need to not listen to OnlyFans. That give me 2% of that check goes to the lawyer. Um, no, not really. Um, so like, yeah, the lawyer will get paid in this instance. Um, but 60% of the thing is not going to go to the lawyer. That's not really how that works. Soup. But if you made it like 20-foot long pole, the foam fist on it, punch Wilbur, why? See, the thing is because there's not really like a lot to prove. It was simply like a company's fault. It's all billable hours for lawyers at that level. Yeah, I was just gonna say like I don't like I feel like this person's gonna be making a lot of money. Like because it's not like they're trying to prove that it happened. They're trying to find out like how much Twitch owes because it did happen on video. Like there's a video of it that you can find on YouTube. Like it has nothing to do with if it happened or not. It did. They don't have to prove if it exists. I like caught in 4K, like for real, actually, real. And I'm sure there's multiple perspectives too. And like she broke her back. She went to the hospital. And like, you know, like it's a yikes is what that is. Ooh. I think my family might be hungry and I'm go make dinner. I'm making minestrone tonight. I have to go make. Probably doesn't have to pay because of stupid technicality. Trust me, it would be worse for them, PR-wise, for them not to pay. Like, it, like, it would look really bad if they don't pay. Like, really bad. Like, people leaving the platform bad. It's just really, like, how much are they going to pay? And other people were hurt, too, so, like, it's a gross, negation that Twitch would have to for not shutting it down. Yeah. Like, the only technicality I can think of is that it wasn't technically Twitch running the foam pit, but it was a company that they paid to be there, and I think they didn't allow them to set it up properly. Like, Twitch getting out of this would be crazy. Like, it would actually be, like, way worse for them to not pay. Like, oh boy. Oh boy, would it be bad. I have to go make dinner. So, unfortunately, guys, I am going to be ending stream. But I'm gonna raid someone. The person is back! There is someone on the front page of Twitch that is just singing and playing guitar with only booty shorts on. And it's not even like... Okay, it's not the front page of Twitch. It's just live channels we think you'll like. And the other live channels are like Awesome Dude and people playing like Pokemon and Minecraft. And there's this guy with 3 viewers in a smoky room with booty shorts on singing into a microphone. What the F? Please don't cook human for dinner. Why would I do that? I'm making minestrone. It doesn't even have meat in it. This is a lot about you, Altier. Does it? I think it says a lot more about the algorithm. Because I just... What the F? Why do you look like you go to Ace Hardware? Is that an American thing? Watching too many body painting streams? I've never watched a body painting stream. I've never watched a music stream. Guys, what is Ace Hardware? Is this a joke that I'm not getting? Hold on. I feel like I'm being played right now. Oh my god, it is a company. Oh my god. It's just a hardware store. It's a hardware store. So, okay. So, Unky, I'm gonna tell you that I don't go to Ace Hardware because I'm Canadian, and we don't have those here. But I don't know what that vibe is. Is that I feel like that's a bad vibe to be someone who goes to Ace Hardware. Isla Manberg. It's a great song to end this with. Okay, who do we want to raid? Oh, you know what? Let's raid Swaggin. He's on the Horizon SMP. There's been an update, which is kind of fun. Nice. What's serial killer vibes? Is it? Monkey left. I think the joke didn't land, and so they left. They were like, no, never mind. The joke is simply not landing. Oh no, I have failed to make fun of this person. They don't get the joke. Or now I'm part of a TikTok compilation. Who knows? Yeah, so we're gonna raid Swaggin. He's playing on the Horizon SMP. They did a update. Horizon SMP is just just it's a lot of streamers and then also some people who just like vibe really well. I'll most likely be streaming tomorrow. Don't know what. Who knows? Who knows? I'll see you guys later. Ace is a place with helpful hardware folks. Oh, it's like Canadian Tire. You go to Canadian Tire sometime. Anyways, I'm gonna go make dinner. You guys have a good rest of your night. I will see you guys tomorrow, most likely. Bye!